Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we will explore The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. This insightful book offers a powerful framework for understanding how confidence and self-respect are built. Branden, an esteemed American psychotherapist with a rich background in books about self-esteem, outlines clear, actionable steps that individuals can take to enhance their self-esteem, not only on a personal level, but also within relationships and communities. The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem is destined for anyone looking for concrete methods to improve their self-esteem, or anyone interested in fostering an environment where self-esteem can flourish. Join us as we summarize key concepts from the book that show how creating a healthy sense of self-worth is accessible to everyone. The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem, the definitive work on self-esteem by the leading pioneer in the field. Introduction. Discover the essence of nurturing your self-esteem. Self-esteem is a vital yet often elusive cornerstone of psychological well-being, influencing our every decision and interaction. In a world teeming with diverse interpretations and rapid solutions, attaining genuine self-esteem seems to be shrouded in mystery. Drawing from extensive clinical experience and detailed research, this book demystifies the core elements that foster self-esteem through six fundamental practices tailored for everyday living. Embark on a quest to elevate your self-esteem through the principles of increased awareness, acceptance, responsibility, assertiveness, purposefulness, and integrity. Each pillar not only buoys your self-confidence, but also enriches your interactions and decision-making capabilities in day-to-day life. Prepare to explore some intriguing insights, such as the unexpected similarities between self-esteem and calcium, the profound impact of parental reactions on a child's self-esteem, the challenging reality behind asserting your own right to exist. This narrative delves into how cultivating these foundational aspects will not only enhance your self-esteem, but ultimately transform your approach to life. Part 1. Explore how self-esteem acts as the consciousness's immune system, unlocking your potential. We've all encountered the plethora of self-help slogans such as 10 steps to build your self-esteem or 5 tips to gain confidence. But when it comes down to it, could you define what self-esteem truly is? Self-esteem functions like the immune system of our consciousness. It bolsters our strength, resistance, and revitalizes our spirit. It's an intrinsic part of us, necessary for navigating the challenges that life throws our way. Think of self-esteem as akin to calcium in our bodies. Just as calcium is crucial for strengthening our bones and teeth and ensuring overall bodily health, self-esteem is indispensable for robust psychological growth. While a shortage of calcium won't kill us, it severely limits our capacity to live life vigorously. Similarly, while we might technically survive with low self-esteem, it drastically diminishes our ability to lead a fulfilling life. Why does self-esteem play such a crucial role? It shapes our expectations of what we can achieve, which in turn influences our actions and helps manifest those beliefs into reality. Self-esteem essentially becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Consider a case from the author's clinical repertoire involving a recovering alcoholic and architect. Poised to secure the largest commission of his career, he was overwhelmed not by excitement but by anxiety and a deep-seated belief that he was undeserving of success. This lack of self-esteem cultivated low expectations of himself, compelling him to drink to alleviate his nerves. Intoxicated and unruly, he ended up acting inappropriately and ultimately lost the commission. His inadequate self-esteem not only predicted but precipitated his downfall. Part 2. Understanding the pivotal role of self-esteem in securing your happiness and navigating life's obstacles. Self-esteem is more than just a buzzword in psychological discourse. It's the very fabric that weaves our personal pursuit of happiness and our confidence in facing life's challenges. Delving deeper into this essential psychological construct, it's rooted in a quite simple yet profound principle. Every individual inherently deserves happiness. High self-esteem empowers you to claim this right and actively pursue what brings you joy. In contrast, low self-esteem might result from neglecting this inherent right, leading to a subdued and unfulfilled life. Illustrating this with a real-world example, consider a client who recurrently found herself attracted to emotionally unavailable, married men. Her troubling relational pattern became clearer upon discovering her past. Her father had abandoned her during childhood, and her mother had unjustly blamed her for his departure. This shaped her belief that she was unworthy of love, a classic sign of low self-esteem. As an adult, she subconsciously sought out relationships that confirmed this ingrained belief. Men who were bound to leave her, reaffirming her perceived unworthiness. This scenario underscores a typical consequence of low self-esteem, making choices that validate our negative self-beliefs, thus perpetuating harm to ourselves. On the flip side, possessing high self-esteem can significantly alter our approach to adversity. This was exemplified in a psychological experiment where participants were given tasks, some of which were designed to be unsolvable without their knowledge. Interestingly, those with higher self-esteem persisted substantially longer on these challenges compared to their low self-esteem counterparts. This experiment vividly illustrates how a robust sense of self-esteem not only protects us from self-sabotage, but also enhances our resilience in the face of adversity. The belief in our own worth and capabilities fundamentally influences how we tackle challenges, embodying the true power of self-esteem. Continue reading to discover how you can harness this transformative energy. Part 3. Embracing the first pillar, the transformative practice of living consciously. Building self-esteem starts with concrete steps, not just abstract concepts. Let's introduce the first of the 6 pillars crucial for enhancing self-esteem: living consciously. Contrary to what some may think, living consciously doesn't involve adopting an esoteric or mystical approach to life. It's about cultivating a mindset that clearly differentiates between facts, interpretations, and emotions. Take a simple scenario. You see your partner frowning and immediately assume he's angry, which makes you feel upset. But what if you misread his expression? By consciously acknowledging this possibility, you can step back and reassess your thoughts without being swayed by immediate emotional reactions. To maintain this alert awareness, routinely ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling right now? What is causing these feelings? And are my actions aligned with my feelings? This practice helps you stay attuned to your internal state and ensures that your responses are thoughtful and deliberate. However, living consciously isn't solely about introspection. It's an active practice that involves continually gathering information from your surroundings and adjusting your behavior accordingly. For instance, consider the decision to buy a new outfit. This choice might stem from your internal desire for change, a conscious engagement with your inner world. But practical considerations, like checking your bank balance to see if you can afford the new attire, play an equally important role. This balances your emotional and practical realities, leading to well-rounded decisions. Adopting this first pillar provides a critical foundation for understanding ourselves. With a consistent practice of living consciously, you pave the way toward enhancing your self-esteem, deeply understanding your motivations, and effectively interacting with the world around you. Part 4. Exploring the second and third pillars, embracing self-acceptance and self-responsibility. Self-acceptance and self-responsibility might share a prefix and a strong connection to self-esteem, but they hold distinct and vital roles in enhancing our overall sense of self-worth. The journey starts with self-acceptance, the second pillar of self-esteem. Imagine reflecting on your past week. Perhaps you lost your temper or overlooked an important task. While it's easy to criticize yourself for these slip ups, self acceptance involves a deeper exploration of the factors that influence these actions. Maybe you were provoked or under unusual stress. Understanding and acknowledging these triggers enables you to accept your actions without necessarily condoning them, setting the stage for future personal growth. However, one might wonder if self acceptance could lead to complacency. Here's the catch: without accepting yourself as you presently are, you're likely to be caught in a cycle of self criticism that hampers any real progress. It's only by accepting your current state that you can channel your energy towards personal improvement rather than perpetual self reproach. Building on the foundation of self acceptance, the third pillar, self responsibility, urges us to take the reins of our own lives and happiness. Rather than falling into the trap of blaming others for our challenges or dissatisfaction, self responsibility empowers us to seek solutions. Each time a problem surfaces, instead of pointing fingers, ask yourself, what can I do about it? This shift from a blame oriented mindset to a solution oriented approach is transformative. Recognizing that our happiness and the quality of our lives are our own responsibility is liberating yet challenging. It drives home the point that although external circumstances may influence us, we have the ultimate control over our responses and decisions. Together, self acceptance and self responsibility form a powerful duo within the 6 pillars of self esteem. They foster a robust inner strength by encouraging us to embrace our current selves while also pushing us to actively shape our destiny. As we'll explore in the next sections, these pillars not only impact our self esteem, but set the foundation for a more fulfilled and autonomous life. Part 5: Strengthening your core with the fourth pillar, mastering self assertiveness. Believing in your inherent right to exist and expressing this belief are two very different challenges. This distinct realization is at the heart of the fourth pillar of self esteem: self assertiveness. Consider this simple exercise. Affirm, I have a right to exist, aloud, even in solitude. Surprisingly, this act might stir feelings of discomfort or even embarrassment. Why is such a fundamental assertion daunting? In a revealing classroom experiment, a psychologist found that although students unanimously agreed they had a right to exist, verbalizing this right made them visibly uncomfortable and apprehensive. This reaction illuminates a common barrier: the fear of disapproval or resentment when asserting oneself. Such fears, while normal, can significantly hinder our ability to build self-confidence. Self-assertiveness, however, provides a powerful countermeasure to these fears. It involves embracing and openly expressing who you are. To be self-assertive means to honor your own beliefs and values as worthwhile, and to communicate them as such. Imagine you're at a social event and you hear someone make a remark that conflicts with your values, such as a racial slur. Practicing self-assertiveness means you would address the comment, stating why it's offensive to you. Or perhaps, after a movie that moved you, instead of conforming to your friend's indifference, you express how the film impacted you. These actions might seem small, but they're profound exercises in self-assertiveness. Each act of expressing your thoughts or defending your values not only reinforces your self-esteem, but also solidifies your integrity in everyday interactions. As we delve into the remaining pillars, remember that self-assertiveness is a critical step in nurturing a strong and healthy sense of self-esteem. Part 6: Embracing the essence of purposeful living and unwavering integrity. What defines the life you aspire to lead? Many would answer with 2 words: purpose and integrity. Intriguingly, these ideals are not just lofty aspirations, but they are also crucial components in the structure of healthy self-esteem, forming the fifth and sixth pillars: living purposefully and practicing personal integrity. To cultivate a strong sense of self, it's vital to align your actions with your aspirations, a concept encapsulated in the fifth pillar, living purposefully. Consider the narrative of Jack, a man who dreamt of becoming a writer. Despite his passion, he passively waited for the right moment to begin his writing career, believing readiness would strike spontaneously. Years slipped by without progress, illustrating a potent lesson. Merely aspiring to a goal isn't enough. Purposeful living demands active engagement and continual efforts toward your goals. Now, let's explore the sixth pillar, personal integrity, which involves ensuring your actions consistently reflect your words. This can manifest in simple, everyday actions like fulfilling promises or choosing honesty over deceit, even when lies might offer temporary comfort. Contrarily, a life lacking in integrity is often marked by deceit and hypocrisy, which can erode self-esteem over time. Living in a society where cynicism is often celebrated and moral ambiguity can be commonplace, maintaining personal integrity requires courage and resilience. However, the importance of integrity for robust self-esteem cannot be overstated. It is a pillar that, though challenging, should not be compromised. As we delve deeper into the dynamics of self-esteem, remember that to truly embody these pillars, one must not only aspire to live purposefully and with integrity, but actively strive to integrate these values into everyday life, thus building a foundation for lasting self-esteem. Part 7. Fostering self-esteem in children. The pivotal roles of parents and teachers. While much of the journey to bolstered self-esteem rests in our own hands, it's undeniable that our earliest relationships, particularly with parents, play a transformative role in shaping our self-perception. Research by psychologist Stanley Coopersmith illustrates that factors traditionally thought to influence child development, like social class, wealth, or education, do not directly impact a child's self-esteem. Instead, it's the quality of the parent-child relationship that holds significant sway. So what makes this relationship conducive to building a strong self-esteem? First, parents must embrace and validate their child's thoughts and feelings, teaching them that their perspectives are both valid and valuable. Secondly, it's beneficial for parents to model high self-esteem themselves, providing a live example for their children to emulate. Finally, setting clear and consistent boundaries is crucial. It helps establish a secure environment in which a child can thrive. These tasks may seem daunting, but they are essential elements in nurturing a child's emotional and self-reflective development. When parents inadvertently instill feelings of inadequacy or insecurity in their children, it can foster deep-rooted issues with self-esteem. However, should a child's home environment lack in providing a strong foundation for self-esteem, schools and teachers can offer a crucial secondary support system. Teachers have the unique capacity to boost a child's confidence significantly. Studies have shown that a teacher's positive expectations can act as self-fulfilling prophecies, enhancing a child's belief in their own abilities. But the goal for educators shouldn't be merely to praise success or punish failure. Instead, the most effective approach is fostering a reality-based self-esteem that values and recognizes each child's efforts and inherent worth. Teachers can achieve this through offering consistent, constructive feedback that acknowledges and encourages the child's development. In essence, both parents and teachers wield immense influence over a child's foundational self-esteem. By fostering environments that affirm and encourage, they can significantly enhance a child's journey towards self-empowerment and personal growth. Part 8. Boosting business success. The role of self-esteem in the workplace. While self-esteem is often discussed in the context of personal development, it also emerges as a critical factor in the professional realm. The dramatic rise in entrepreneurship over recent decades highlights an evolving workplace, one that increasingly values self-direction, responsibility, and initiative. all characteristics underpinned by high self-esteem. Successful companies recognize the importance of fostering these traits and actively seek ways to cultivate self-esteem within their workforce. But how exactly can an organization promote this crucial quality among its employees? A key strategy involves providing feedback that accentuates and builds upon employee strengths. This approach not only boosts individual confidence, but also empowers employees to tackle future challenges more effectively. Compliments and constructive feedback can transform an employee's perception of their capabilities and encourage them to aspire to greater heights. Leaders within these companies play an indispensable role in nurturing high self-esteem. By continuously seeking innovative ways to stimulate creativity and encourage personal growth, leaders can create an environment that not only supports but thrives on high self-esteem. The 6 pillars of self-esteem are not exclusive to individual growth. They are equally vital in a corporate context. Companies that incorporate these values into their culture enjoy a more dynamic, innovative, and ultimately successful business model. As we explore the influence of self-esteem beyond personal boundaries, it becomes clear that its benefits are extensive and multifaceted, impacting everything from individual employee engagement to overall organizational success. Final summary. The core takeaway from this insightful exploration is that self-esteem is not just a beneficial attribute, but a fundamental necessity that enhances our capacity to navigate life's myriad challenges. Achieving a robust sense of self-esteem requires active engagement with 6 transformative pillars: living consciously, embracing self-acceptance, practicing self-responsibility, asserting oneself, pursuing goals with purpose, and upholding personal integrity. Each of these pillars offers actionable steps that guide individuals toward not only building but sustaining a strong and healthy self-esteem. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.